Pass to Jordan. Here's Kukoc. Here's Roy. It's stolen. To the inside. Here's Drexler. No good with the triple. And there's a pick. Now here's Rose. Pippen outside. Over to the left wing. Pass to Rodman. 5 on the clock. With the teardrop. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. First minute and a half of basketball played here in this one. And here's Lillard. Banked it in off the glass.
It doesn't matter where he is on the floor. Lillard is a walking bucket.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Now here's Lillard. The putback. Pass to Drexler. Here's Roy. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
An excellent finisher who loves to bring the intensity. Rose will challenge anybody at the rim.
And so Rose knocks them both down.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Walton. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Oh, he picked him clean. Out to the wing. The 3, here's Lillard. Bearing his second of 3 attempts. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
Wow. Rose looking just as tenacious as ever. He isn't intimidated by the close D at all.
And this will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game here.
Taking 2 shots.
And he sinks the second. Here's Lillard. He's got 5. Pass to Walton. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Walton's got 6 points.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they built this lead. They have been dominant in the paint.
Inside. And he dunks it down.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
And slam dunk by Jordan.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Rebounded by Pippen. The Bulls trail by 10. Jordan inside. Pippen outside. Back to Jordan. Chicago passing it around. Kukoc. Offensive rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
The 3, here's Lillard. Drops in the 3. Give him 8.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
There's the drive. And that one is hammered home.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play, and a confidence they're not afraid to show.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
Jordan with it. 11 feet out. There's the block. Here we go. Here's Drexler. No made baskets yet. And out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Substitution on the court.
And now the first timeout called here for Chicago.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
And so here is Chicago. 15-point game. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. To the wing on the left. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
Here's Roy. He has 6. Here's Sabonis. And that one comes up a bit short.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
And so it's Portland in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter.
7.
We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Boy, the Trailblazers have been rolling along, haven't they?
Oh, what a first quarter. You love their willingness to make the extra pass.
Yeah, it's the kind of offense every coach loves to see. Selfless and smart.
Here's Roy. There's a screen by Aldridge. Pass to Roy. Clock at 6. Oh, are you kidding me?
My goodness.
And he goes in for the dunk.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. From deep, Jordan. Nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
The all-around game of Butler. He's all about sharing the rock and getting his guys involved.
Bulls foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
And we played through the first minute here in the second. Here's Kersey. Oh, wow!
Oh, my goodness!
And down it goes. Jam that one home.
That'll be a move to remember.
Wow. Yeah, great creativity in the air. Jumps up. Oh, gets it down.
Showing some power. And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
You gotta be impressed with Jimmy's play off pick and roll action. He's so skilled at creating his shot.
Chicago foul. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Chicago on D. They trail by 14. There's the triple. Can't get it to go. He's made 3. He's missed 3 so far. Pass to Butler. It's stolen. And here come the Trailblazers again. Portland in transition. Kersey, no good. And so it's Butler who brings up the ball for the Bulls. To the middle. Here's Grant. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
Such nice work from Butler off the bench.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thank you. Commissioner Adam Silver talked about tweaking the game. He said analytics takes sports in a certain direction because it's a coach and GM's job to win, and they'll do everything they can to do so under the existing rules. It's on us to adjust because we're also looking at the aesthetic appeal of the game. Brian, back to you.
Thank you very much for the report, Allie. 4 on the clock. Second chance effort. Aldridge pulls down the board. Trailblazers lead by 12. Here's Drexler. And he can't jam it through.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
And the double clutch jam wows the crowd.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. And as the coaches draw up their strategies, the players staying hydrated with some Gatorade. That's key to keeping them at their best all the way up to the buzzer.
It really is. And every one of those players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. The drive by Rose. Got a piece of it. In transition, here they come. Kersey. It's good on the putback.
And that was a case of great anticipation skills on defense, sparking the transition game.
Well, as a coach, you're always telling your guys to play hard. That's what we need.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
He's gone 3 of 4 from the line. Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the line.
First personal foul. Third team foul. 2 minutes remaining.
And he's going for the lob.
Well, the defense baited him into that pass, and he fell into the trap.
The putback.
And in the open floor, few guys can finish like D. Rose.
Pass to Walton. And there's the screen. And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
Rose. Portland with a rebound. At one point, they led by 16. Pass to Roy. He's off on the layup. Bulls trail by 13. Here's Rose. Deflected. Here's Drexler. And that one is stuffed right through.
And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show. And, yep, it's good. Rose has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Smart play from Rose, getting up close to the basket.
Oh, flying high!
Unreal!
Throwing it down!
That's just incredible! Woo!
It was like he was soaring, Is there such a thing as too much air?
This dude knows how to fly, Grant. What a performance.
Man, I wish I could do that just one time.
Portland making a switch here. Portland shooting their first foul shot of the game. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Pippen, no good. Portland leading by 13. Here's Lucas. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Rose outside. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers up 15 points as this quarter concludes. Defense is setting the tone. More 2K action in just a moment. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. The Bulls trail by 15. Pippen outside to the paint. Kukoc. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Down low. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Yeah, Lillard is relentless on offense tonight, getting bucket after bucket for his team. Wow, he doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
Knocks down the long J. Lillard's got 7 points for the quarter.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on, they're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Gilmore. Nice D from Sabonis. Pass to Lillard. Here's Kukoc. Pippen outside. Oh, look out! Wow!
Are you kidding?
Oh, a two-handed power slam!
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. Here's Lillard. Gilmore grabs the miss.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Now Pippen to the left wing. Pass to Heinrich. 5 to shoot. Portland with a rebound.
Might like a do-over there. Quality look inside.
Chicago foul. Second personal foul. First team foul.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Portland, no good that time either.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking them up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Chicago making a switch here. Now here's Pippen. Shot clock at 5. Rose can't connect. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks a lot, guys. A lot of conversation in the NBA about expansion. Commissioner Adam Silver said there are clearly markets out there that are very interested and will run through a process. I'm looking forward to it. There's an enormous amount of interest out there. It's on the league to look at it holistically. Back to you, Brian.
All right, Allie, appreciate the report. Here's Roy. Driving inside, and he jams it home with authority.
He's a living highlight reel.
Seriously, that could end up being one of the best dunks of the year.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, and the dramatic slam. A mid-air hand switch at that.
That was big league right there. Rose with the bucket.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
The Bulls trail by 19.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
A minute 53 left in the third. Great D that time from Aldridge. Now Portland with it. Pass to Roy. And he drives in. Boom! He jams it straight down.
He's pouring it on at a nice clip, and the rest of the team is stepping up as well.
And here's Butler. Rose right side. And it's Portland with a rebound.
He just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. The Bulls making a switch here. The Bulls trail by 21. Here's Jordan. And Walton pulls it down. And Portland has possession. A 21-point lead, the biggest of the game.
He means business. Unlikely to be a comeback on his watch.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots, and you build the lead.
Nice move. Rose can't connect. Trailblazers lead by 23. Lillard with the ball. Jordan picks him up. The shot by Lillard, no good. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Rodman. Back to Rose. Here's the three. Sends it home from three-point land. Rose has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And at the arc, Rose definitely picks his battles, but when he sees his chance, he knocks it down.
Oh, stolen by Lillard. That'll count. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers ending the quarter with a 20-point edge. Their efficiency has been
34.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On offense, here are the Trailblazers. Rodman with a rebound. The Bulls trail by 20. Oh, and a fast break for Chicago. Jordan with the bucket.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set. Putting that pass right in his stride, didn't have to slow up, and was able to complete the play.
And a breakdown here, guys, of the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition, and they've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
Pass to Kersey. Oh, it's stolen by Jordan. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Butler. And it's Portland with a rebound. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Here's Drexler, guarded by Rose. Out left to the wing. Back to Aldridge. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rodman with a rebound. The Bulls trail by 18. Tipped. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. The shot, no good. And so it's Rose who brings up the ball for the Chicago Bulls. For 3. And Walton pulls it down. Trailblazers lead by 18. And there's the foul. It'll go on Derrick Rose. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul. On the floor for your trail.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Derrick Rose. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Bulls foul. Derrick Rose.
Pass to Drexler.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Chicago
Over Rose. Again, the miss by Portland. The Bulls trail by 18. Here's Jordan. It's hauled in by Lucas. And here's Lillard. Got it. Lillard's got 9 points now in the second half.
Yeah, it looks so delicate coming off his fingertips. Lillard's floater is a lethal one.
Puts it up from the high post. Jordan with the bucket.
Well, maybe the defense thinks they can live with that, but he's pretty consistent from that mid-range area.
Lillard with the ball. Jordan picks him up. And it's Lillard penetrating.
Oh, wow. What a dangerous move on that drive. I mean, when Dame is coming in strong, it is so tough to stop him.
Jordan. Oh, a matching slam. Back and forth they go.
Hey, if you give him room, he's going to score the ball. And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jordan.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Oh, he misses the layup. Bulls trail by 18. Here in the 4th quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Just 5 on the clock. From 17 feet out. Ooh, the shot misses. Trailblazers lead by 18. He takes it in. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher.
2 minutes in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's Drexler. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Out of bounds. Bulls ball as Chicago keeps possession. 1:46 left in the 4th quarter. Pass to Kukoc. 6 to shoot. Here's Jordan. Pippen with it. Back to Jordan. Launches a 3. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. Here's Drexler. Into the lane.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Here's Jordan. Pass to Kukoc. Beyond the arc. The shot comes out. So it's Portland now. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
And again, no good by Chicago.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
To the paint. Pass to Lucas. Here's Roy. Drives to the hoop. To the wing, right side. Drexler, that's good. 7 seconds left in the final quarter. From deep, Jordan gets the 3 ball to go.
3.
Off the inbound pass. Off target with the shot. So it's the Trailblazers winning this one.
Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony courtside. On our sidelines tonight, reporting Allie LaForce. It's the Chicago Bulls and the Toronto Raptors. Here's Rose. To the paint. It's tipped. Here's Pippen. And it's Pippen with the jam.
You know, Pippen is about 6'8", but he's got the wingspan of a condor, using that reach to corral that rebound.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like a Greg for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose.
Now that is some real industrial size strength right there.
Here is Rose. The Raptors getting the bucket. Oh, and a jam by Rose.
Boy, this is peak Rose at his best, an attacking, slashing guard who breaks down the defense easily.
Here's Bosch. From downtown. That's in there. Carter with the assist.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Rose. And it's sent back by Bosch.
Using that length on defense, Bosch positioning himself well to come up with the block.
Chicago with the ball. Jordan outside. Fires the three. The putback. Pippen lays it up off the glass. Pippen's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And I like what the defense is thinking here, but Pippen gets physical inside and insists on getting to his shot.
Now here's Jordan. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Kicks it out to Rodman. Here he goes. Pass to Kukoc. 5 on the clock. Rodman no good.
Hey, even guys at his skill level will miss those from time to time. But it doesn't happen often.
And one thing that makes Leonard's shot so effective is the backspin. Gives him that magic touch.
Here's Carter. No good with the fallback jumper.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Jordan outside. Bulls moving the ball around. Jordan is doubled. Left side Rose. They shoot again. Foul call. Looked like that he didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws.
Well, I'll tell you what, this guy gives you everything he's got when he's out there. And that's what you love about Derrick Rose, how fierce he is as a competitor.
Rose hits them both.
Well, you have no concerns when he's at the free throw line. Very consistent.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks a lot. Scotty Barnes letting everyone know. He said, I'm a great defender. I feel like it doesn't really get talked about enough. I guard whoever, 1 through 5. That's what I pride myself on and what I'm ready to do every time I step on the floor. Kevin, back to you.
A tone setter for sure at that end. Thanks so much for the report, Allie. And they double up Jordan. Here's Kukoc. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Kukoc, a reliable shooter off the catch. He's got a nice, sweet lefty stroke.
DeRozan's shot is off. Here's Rose. Misses in close. Toronto trailing. Pass to Barnes. DeRozan surveying the D. And he comes up with the deuce.
Hey, it's typically a positive for this offense when he's assertive and looking to score.
Jordan up top. No scoring in this one. Here's Rodman. Some solid defense from Bosch. Here's DeRozan. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
Well, I tell you what, DeRozan really packs a punch now. He's an explosive athlete with really good strength. I mean, he's got great size for a backcourt dominant scorer.
Now here's Rose. It's Jordan on the wing. A 3-ball. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Leonard, that's for 2. Rodman grabs the miss. Chicago trailing here. Right side, Jordan. And Barnes sends it back.
Oh, tremendous defense there from Barnes. That 7'2" wingspan coming in handy.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul. And Toronto will go for a different look here.
Substitution for your Raptors.
Siakam outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
A big man who can score, rebound, and pass. This is why Siakam has become a huge piece of this team.
So both teams making some changes here. 19 seconds left to play in the first. Pass to Butler. Back to Levine. With 4 seconds on the clock. And he dunks it right on Bargnani. Oh, man.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up.
Yes, he does. That's what we call helium. Yeast rising and helium floating.
So it's a tie game as... And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors, guys, your thoughts?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
And it's Carter missing. Chicago with the ball. In the corner, it's Levine. Sinks the three-pointer. Levine's got the lead up to 3 now for Chicago.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Launches it. It's hauled in by McGrady.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
Levine double team. Left side, Butler. 6 to shoot. Here's the 3. Again, Levine missing. Raptors trailed by 3. Here's McGrady. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Doing it with style. McGrady punishing the D for giving him that kind of airspace.
The layup off target. And here are the Raptors now. And stolen by Butler. In the corner, it's Levine. Butler with the ball. Now McGrady defending. They grab their own miss. It's stolen by McGrady. Fast break, Toronto. For 3, Siakam. Drills it from outside. Siakam's got 5 now.
Yeah, you got to get out on that. Siakam demonstrating that ability to hurt you from beyond.
And, oh, here we go. Carter. Oh!
Mercy, mercy me. Carter taking flight is a thing of beauty. Insanity showing off his amazing balance.
Pass to Grant. Down low. They get it. And slam dunk by Butler.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch.
And he chose the conservative finish with the nice, easy layup, which was a good decision.
And Vince Carter with the slam.
And that's what Carter does best, knifing his way inside so he can finish with the easy slam.
Bulls trail by 6, and they double up Butler. On the wing, Levine lets it go with a 3. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That's where Grant is most active, that offensive glass. Does a nice job using his body to get the position he needs.
Here's McGrady. Here's the drive. Oh, and he misses the dunk. Here's Butler. At the elbow, it's Levine. Nice break. Here come the Raptors. Siakam outside. Clark. Rebound by Butler.
When you do moves like that and you miss, you know you're going to hear it from your coaches and your teammates.
And they're on the break. Carter looking around. Pass to Lowry. Here's Bargnani. And Bargnani throws it down.
A good display of Lowry's court vision there. Nice feed to the open man.
Butler with the ball. Now McGrady defending. And they double up Butler. Here's Gilmore. Shot clock at 6. And the dunk by Grant.
Hey, just putting in the work, doing the job. Grant does this every night. Rarely takes a game off in terms of his effort and tenacity.
Pass to Levine. Uncovered. And that one, good. Levine's got 5 points now in the quarter.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Got that one up quick.
Rise and fires. This is Siakam's attitude off the catch. And with these results, you understand why.
Butler in the corner. It's rebounded by Bargnani.
He's hard to stop once he gets to the rim. That's great defense right there.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Grant.
Better to be lucky than good. That pass was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged a bullet there.
Now here's Heinrich. Still scoreless. Going inside. Jordan inside. Pippen with the wide open look. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
You know, as crazy as that shot was, you almost had a premonition that it was going down.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Toronto ahead, leading by 5. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the 3rd quarter. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Here is Rose. Second chance effort. Now Jordan. The layup missed. DeRozan with it. Guarded now by Dennis Rodman. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
And this kid has hops. Barnes gets airborne there and slams it down.
Rose in the post. Stolen by Bosch. Over in the corner, Barnes. And stolen by Jordan. Outside Rose. And stolen by Barnes. The rebound by Kukoc. Bulls trail by 7. Unloads. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Over in the corner, Barnes. Back to Bosch. Pass to Van Vliet. Jordan with the steal. For the finish, Michael Jordan glides in for two at the other end.
Jordan doing a nice job leaking out slyly. Excellent in transition.
And they double up DeRozan, and it's Bosh in the corner. Here's Valanciunas. Rodman grabs the miss. And here are the Bulls now. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half.
Well, Jordan's jumper is just pure, especially at that range.
In the corner, it's Valanciunas. Back to Barnes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For 3, Van Vliet. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Rose. Oh, where did that come from? Oh, that was beautiful. What a punch. Jordan with the steal. For the lead, takes a step back. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Pass to Kukoc. Outside Jordan. Shot clock at 5. Battling inside. Jordan gets what he wants.
Jordan's got a lot of flash to his game. A terrific guard, loves getting tricky with his ball handling and creating shots for himself.
Back to Barnes. Outside Bosh. So timeout called here. The first for Toronto.
Well, somebody needs to get these guys fired up so they attack the glass. They're not putting up much of a fight, and this led to way too many second chance shots.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Gilmore grabs the miss. And it's Rose with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Very few players have the combination of power and athleticism that Kawhi has. Electric.
Here's Rose. The shot's good. Rose has got 8 points. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Shot from the wing. Jordan driving in. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Chicago.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
They get it back. Pass to Gilmore. Good, and Grant gets the assist. Gilmore's got his first bucket in this one.
Playing with such brute force on the inside. Gilmore with the size and some pretty good moves, too.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. And the technical free throw is good. And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
Substitution on the court.
1:09 left in the third quarter. Siakam inside the three-point line. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. Back to Leonard. The kick out to Bosch. Fires for three. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound. Here's Chicago. They're on a 14-6 run. Pass to Grant. And the dunk by Grant.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Here's Leonard. Fires from 18. Connects. The jumper drops. Leonard's got 11.
Totally dialed in. Leonard makes quick work from that mid-range.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard. Chicago shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. That free throw good from Butler. And so Butler nails both of them. And here's Carter. And here's Leonard from... Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
An ideal way to end the quarter with momentum on your side.
And 3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Toronto with the ball. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
The Bulls call timeout. Now let's take a minute to talk to